Hi, everybody. I am Gina from iDart Creative Studio, and we are the organization that produces First Fridays in Goshen.
And I'm Don. I was the original founding father of the Goshen Cruising Reunion. And it started back in 2008. What started as a wouldn't it be cool moment to relive the days of cruising in Goshen of the 50s, 60s, 70s, and even in part of the 80s, ended up bringing all kinds of people to downtown Goshen to relive the days of cruising Main Street. And so what you saw over the last 12 years was old cars, new cars, some antiques, some rat rods, buses, bicycles, minivans, and even every once in a while we would see that wayward semi that got lost and couldn't find his way around town would be there. So, and you know, we've enjoyed this for 12 years, and you probably already guessed it. We're not going to this year.
Yeah, we're disappointed, of course, but our reasons for having to cancel this year's Goshen Cruising Reunion are pretty simple. Governor Holcomb has said that we should not have any festivals or gatherings of more than 250 people. And as of yesterday, the Elkhart County Commissioners took that a step farther and even said gatherings of not more than 50 people right now. So out of abundance of caution and care, we really can't do the event this year. Typically this event draws, 15 to 20,000 people. So we know that we'd be just slightly over the acceptable limits of what's recommended right now.
And then Gina, some people are going to say, but it's July 3rd, which is like one day before July 4th, the cutoff where you would open it up to everybody. And we still have concerns. So if you can explain.
Yeah, well, while that's true, I mean, technically it's a day away. Still, if we were to go a day ahead of what the governor is recommending, we would introduce liability concerns for both First Fridays as well as all the vendors involved. And planning events takes a long time and a lot of work to make sure we have sponsors and everything lined up. And so getting all of that together when times are so uncertain, it just isn't feasible for us this year. Plus, we just want to make sure that everybody stays healthy and safe. That said, we do ask that for all of you that are able to please shop locally, and particularly in our downtown whenever you can. We want to do our best to keep money in our community going to local business owners and local businesses. We want those local and independent businesses to stay here and to have all the variety of restaurants that Goshen has that you just can't find anywhere else. And they need your support now more than ever. So while we're not having an event on July 1st Fridays, that many of the stores have started reopening, and you can go to downtowngoshen.org and see who's open and when. And if you have the opportunity, we encourage you to patronize those businesses as much as possible.
And we just want to remind you to be cautious. Please wear your mask when you visit the stores, when you go inside those stores. We're trying to slow this spread of COVID and get back to hosting outdoor events and festivals. And more importantly, Gina, it will allow me to go out and get a haircut.
That is a priority for all of us, Don. Like Don said, we want to get back to hosting events, and we're hopeful that we can start again in August having a First Fridays event, but so much depends on each of you. So yeah, we look to you for your help and support in slowing those numbers.
And before we sign off, Gina, some people are not going to see this message. We know they're not, and the people that do can certainly spread the word about the First Friday cruising event being canceled. But what might, if people do end up downtown, what might they see or not see this First Friday coming up here in July?
Well, like I mentioned, a number of the businesses have started reopening. I'm not sure yet how many will be open on that evening of July the 3rd. So I'd suggest checking the downtowngoshen.org website. We update that all the time. So our team is working to make sure we have up-to-date information for each of you. Another thing you might notice is that downtown looks really beautiful. The Main Street has been repaved. It's 2 lanes. And so we now have pull-in parking, which increases the amount of parking spaces that we have downtown. But because there's no sanctioned event, if you do come downtown, you know, we don't have all the amenities we would normally have for a festival. So for example, there won't be extra like outdoor toilets or the food vendors and things like that. And many of the restaurants are waiting to open until July the 6th. So just keep in mind, if you do decide to cruise through, that some of those things that you might have relied on in the past won't be open. But thanks again to everybody who has supported this event. We are planning on resuming again in next year. In the meantime, please continue to shop local.
And love on Goshen like you have been.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Take care.